Hey guys, what's up? My name is Travis Monsod and you are tuned into my channel, Travis Monsod. Alright, as you all can probably see, I am not in the attic for this video. I am in my dining room, and the reason why I am here is I'm gonna need some space so I can video a tutorial for you guys. And this tutorial is of course about Pioneer DJ's RekordBox and how to incorporate one of these guys into your DJ sets. Now this is a 8-port switch. So on to the video, shall we? Let's go. Alright, so for this tutorial we have the 8-port. This is an 8-port switch. Of course you have the power cable of the 8-port switch. Power cable goes to here, and you have 8 ports for your machines. Okay, so for this tutorial we're gonna need this guy, of course, and we also have 2 RJ45 or link cables, one for each player, and of course another one or a third one for the laptop. So all in all, we just need these guys for the tutorial. Alright guys, so normally when you say that a player is nowadays linked, basically these 2 players can be linked together with just one LAN cable. So this LAN cable has 2 male RJ45s, which obviously will go to each female plug on each player. So when you say that the players are linked, option 1 is basically getting one of these cords and putting one end on each player. Now we are going to go one step further from that and incorporate basically this guy. Now this again is an 8-port switch right here. It has the same ports from the players, and what we are going to do is we're going to put one cable each in one port, and then this one will go to your laptop. All right, now let me just finish putting together the setup and let's go. All right guys, so this is a typical DJ setup. We have a left player and the right player, and of course we have a mixer in the middle. Don't mind the 2 laptops first, as I am actually charging them. So for this tutorial I'm going to make use of this setup with the MacBook there that's running RekordBox, and then we're going to incorporate the 8-port switch right here, and that's what I'm going to show you guys with this equipment. All right, so this is the back of one of the players, and most players nowadays don't just have the left and right or the RCA ports. Of course that's the power port. This is the analog left and right ports for the audio. All right, so most players nowadays come with this guy. This is a ProLink port that Pioneer puts into most of its new players, and of course it also puts a USB cable option. So something new for the new players. Old players will only have the RCA outputs. Alright guys, so right now I've actually hooked up all the RCAs. So if you notice that RCA from the left player is hooked up to channel 2, and RCA on the right player is now hooked up to channel 3. Also, my main output is by RCA going into my little portable speaker setup right there. At the back, you see it's RCA right there. So now I'm going to teach you guys how to put in the data or the cables pertaining to the network or ProLink. Alright, so right about now I have already one cable hooked up to the player. I'm also putting on all the equipment, and then I'm also putting another cable onto this guy right here, and just feel out where the port is. Alright, and then now putting onto that, and then we just hook up the cables in any of the ports. I like to put them here as so. Okay, so we have the player on the right here, and we have the player on the left, and then of course we have to power the port, or we have to power this guy right here. And if you guys can see, this is the power indicator, and over here we have both players who are on and actually active. Right now, let me go and fire up RekordBox, and I'm going to show you guys how to hook up RekordBox to this via this guy and the 8-port switch. Alright, so again, let's recap. Okay, so the link cables don't anymore go from one player to one player. They all go to the 8-port switch. So again, this is the port going to the right player, and this is the port going to the left player. And then the blue line, or that cable, is now going to the laptop. Now, this is a 07 MacBook, so it still has an old port, which is the RJ45 port. Now, once we get this guy into play, let's go put that in right there. Wait for the click, and then the magic happens. Okay, so this is RekordBox, and let's wait for that link option to come out on the lower. Alright, so we have the link option already showing up, and once you go and press on that, RekordBox will ask, just say yes, and voila, you now have the 2-deck option for RekordBox using the 8-switch port. Okay, so now let's go and load some songs. Alright, so I have my songs here by BPM. Alright, let's try loading a song here and another song here. So once that is loaded on the player screen, we actually have the song right there. And if you notice, if we press perform, my hot cue also comes out to the player right there. On the other side, we already have a player, or we already have the song playing because the auto cue is actually off right there. But as you can see also, we also have the hot cue already there. Alright, so let's raise up the volumes and let's check if we have sound coming out. Alright, so we have a song loaded into that, and let's go check here if the hot cue comes out right there. Volume fades are up. Let's go press it. And there you go. RekordBox integration using a 8-port switch. Now let's go and check the other player. Okay. So both are playing, left player, right player, onto the screen here for RekordBox. Alright. Now, if you notice, if I stop the left player, it becomes orange, and the player that's playing remains green. You have also other options right here, the BPM and the master with the link. Okay, now notice I haven't touched anything here. It just remains on the regular CD option, and all we did was hook up both players via RJ45 cable onto the 8-port switch, and then we have one LAN cable going into the laptop's RJ45 port, which is running the free version of RekordBox. Alright, so that was a tutorial on how to use an 8-port switch with your DJ gear and using, of course, Pioneer's RekordBox. Now, this version of RekordBox is the free version, meaning it's not the performance, it's what you download from the website. If you want the performance, of course, you have to get a license for that, but this RekordBox is actually free, and using this setup with the 8-port switch, you can actually start DJing with it right away. Obviously, with this setup also, with this version of the software, you can load your songs onto a USB stick and use that as a sound bank for your DJ set. And that's one DJ tutorial that I wanted to share with you guys. Of course, how much is the 8-port switch, you guys ask? Well, that would depend on the brand, obviously, but for my Tenda, it's around 400 to 600 pesos, depending on the store that you buy it from. But so far, the smallest one I've seen is what I'm using, the Tenda 8-port switch. There's actually two kinds of switches. One is a slow megabit switch, which I'm using, and the other one is a faster gigabit switch. For DJing, we don't need the gigabit switch speeds, but of course, if you want to get the fastest, then look for a gigabit switch. But I'm here to say the megabit switch can do its job when it comes to transferring your music files onto the players. Alright, so that about wraps the video. I hope you guys learned something from this RekordBox with the 8-port switch tutorial. Again, my name is Travis Monsod, so Manila, stay future-proof. Alright, cheers!